Once upon a time, there lived a Once upon a time, there lived a young man in a small village. His name was Toba, and he's good at fishing and cultivating. One day, when he went to fish in a tub filled with water, as he seasoned the fish, he realized that he needs more firewood to cook the fish. So he went out to look for firewood. Once he got the firewood, he came back home and noticed that the fish went missing from its place. But he saw pieces of dough and he saw a lovely young lady sitting in his room. The young lady told him that she's the fish that he caught earlier. Amazed by her beauty, he asked her to marry him and be his wife. She accepted, but in one solution, that he has to promise her to not bring up her past. 7 months later, they got married and they were blessed by a kid named Samoser. Samoser was lazy and spoiled. One day, he had Samoser had Samoser have to deliver food every day to Toba's rice field for Toba food. One day he was lazy to deliver the food. He got scolded by his mother, and that made him upset and got forced to deliver them. He was so upset that he ate most of the food on the way to the rice field. When Toba noticed that he ate almost all the food, Toba got mad and he called Samoser a childfish. Samoser got sad and complained to his mother. She got angry about what happened, but also upset that he broke his promise. She and Samoser went to a river and turned into fish. Suddenly it rained heavily and sank Toba. Then it forms a lake known as the Toba Lake. Thank you for listening to my story.
Hello everyone, my name is Podrea from grade 9B of Punamo Junior High School. Today I'm going to tell you the story of the legend of Lake Toba. Once upon a time, there was a man who was living in North Sumatra, the man called Toba. He lived in a simple hut in the farming field. He did some gardening and fishing for his daily life. One day, while the man was doing fishing, he caught a big golden fish in his trap. Surprisingly, the fish turned into a beautiful princess. He fell in love with her and proposed proposed her to be his wife. She said yes, but you have to promise not to tell anyone about the secret that I was once a fish. Otherwise, there will be a huge disaster. The men made the deal and they got married, lived happily and had a son. Few years later, the son will help bringing his father's lunch out in the field. One day, the son was so hungry, he ate his father's lunch. Unfortunately, the father found out and got furious and shouted, "You damn son of a fish!" The son ran home and asked his mother. The mother stopped crying, felt sad. Her husband had broken his promise. After that, she told her son to run up the hills because a huge disaster will come. After her son left, she prayed. Soon there was a big earthquake, followed by non-stop pouring rain. The whole area got flooded and became the Tobalin. She turned into a fish again, and her son became the island of Samosir. The moral value of the story is
Hello, Mr. Sudi and everyone. My name is Janya from grade 9B, Namu Junior High School. Right now, I'm going to tell you a story about the legend of Lake Toba. Once upon a time, there was a man who lived in North Sumatra named Toba. He lived in the hut in the farming field. He was doing gardening, farming, and fishing for his daily life. One day, Toba was fishing normally in the lake for his daily. Suddenly, he caught a big golden fish in his trap. The fish turned into a beautiful lady. The beautiful lady's named Putri. Toba fell in love with Putri, and he wanted to propose her to be his wife. Putri said, "Yes, but you have to promise not to tell anyone the secret before I was once a fish. Otherwise, there will be a huge disaster." He made a deal with Putri, and they got married and lived happily. They also have a son named Samosir. A few years later, Samosir wanted to help Putri to deliver Toba's lunch to the field. On the way, Samosir felt hungry and eating little by little his father's lunch. Unfortunately, Toba realized it and got furious because his lunch was finished by Samosir. Toba screamed like, "You damn the son of a fish!" Samosir ran home and asked his mother about what his father said. Putri started crying because she felt sad because her husband, have broke his promise. That the promise is not to tell anyone the secret that he is before a fish. After that, Putri asked Samosir to run up the hill because there will be a huge disaster. After Samosir ran up the hill, Putri prayed and jumped to the lake, and followed by a big earthquake, thunderstorm, and non-stop pouring rain. After that, the whole area got flooded, and the flood became the lake. The name is Toba, and the father became the Lake Toba, and Samosir became the island of Samosir, and the mother became the fish of the Lake Toba. The moral value that we can take from the story is we have to keep our promise and never broke our promise that we have made. Thank you for listening my storytelling.
Hello everyone. My name is John. Hello everyone. My name is John. I'm from Nawajidon High School. I'm from grade 9B. Grade 9B. And this time I will tell you a story about The Legend of Lake Toba. The Legend of Lake Toba. Okay, here we go. Once upon a time in North Sumatra, there lived a skilled fisherman named Toba. Toba lived in the small village near a wide river. One day, Toba caught magic fish and that transformed into the beautiful lady. They married and their son named Samosir. Samosir was born in small village. The in One day, 5 years later, uh, Sa- Toba was broke Toba was broke his promise. Toba was broke his promise not to about his past. Her not to about her past. Leading leading their transform into leading transform back to the face and when the heavy rain flowed when the heavy rain flowed the ar- flowed the area the area ref- the flood the area and and create Lake Toba. Uh, the more the moral value of this story is if you make promise, you must keep it. Thank you for listening my storytelling, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Oi, Jovita. Jovita siapa sih? Didit ya?
Hello everyone, I'm Javita from grade 9B Kumnamu Junior High School, and today I'm going to tell you guys a story about the Lake Toba. So, once upon a time, there was a man who lived in Sumatra called Toba. He lived in a farming field and he did gardening and fishing for his daily life. One day, when he was about to go fishing, he caught a big golden fish for the first time. It was the big fish he ever caught. Suddenly, the fish turned into a beautiful princess. He fell in love with the princess and he started to propose to her. The princess said yes, but in one condition that never tell anyone that she was once a fish. Um, and then the man agreed and they made a deal and got married. After that, they had a son. 5 years later passed. The son would help his father on the field. But one day, when he was about to help his father on the field, bringing his lunch, he was so hungry that he ate his father's lunch. Unfortunately, his father found out and he got so furious and shouted at the kid, at his son, "You damn son of a fish!" And then the son started to run to his mother and asking the question about it. After that, the mother started crying and she
She was so sad that her husband couldn't make his promises. After that, she told her son to run up the hills so that she could pray. After her son left her alone, she prayed that an earthquake will happen soon and following by the rain non-stop. The whole area got flooded, so the whole area got become to Lake Toba, a Toba lake, and then the princess became a golden fish again, and the man became the Iceman of the Samosir. The moral of the story is never break a promise. That's the end of the story. Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Judith. I'm in grade 9B and from Kumnamu Junior High School. And today I'm going to tell you all the story about Lake Toba from North Sumatra. Here is the story. So once upon a time there lived a young poor man in a beautiful valley. He lives alone and he has no parents. He works as a farmer and a fisherman. So one afternoon, he watered all of his crops and went fishing. When he was fishing, he caught a big goldfish. He ran back home and put the fish in his kitchen table. He then ran outside to get some firewood. And when he got home, the fish was gone. All that he saw was only a gold in his table. Then a beautiful woman appeared behind him. She said that I was the goldfish you put on your table. The gold you saw on the table was my golden scale. And Toba boldly asked if she wanted to marry him because the woman was the only person Toba fell in love and thinks that she was very beautiful. Then they were happily married. Years passed by, they had a son named Samosir. Samosir was a very naughty boy and he usually doesn't listen to his parents. And one day, the woman, which is his mom, cooked him breakfast. But he didn't eat his breakfast and ran away from home. He went to his father's field and when he ran there, he got hungry. He saw his father's lunchbox. And since he got hungry, he ate all of the lunch. When the father saw that his lunch was empty, he knew that Samosir was the one who ate all of his lunch. He ran to Samosir and slapped him across the face. He said that, "You son of a fish." Samosir cried all the way back home and reported it to his mother. He said, "Mom, am I really the son of a fish? His mother was shocked and confused. Then Samosir said again, "Dad said that I'm the son of a fish. Is that true?" The mother then cried and said that he broke his promises. Samosir saw that his mother's skin went smoother and a bright light was appearing. Not long after, Toba went back home. He didn't saw his son and his wife. He looked everywhere, all around their house, and saw nobody. He didn't remember his action to some extent. He regretted it and he went into a depressed state. It was raining all day long and the rain didn't stop. It flooded the beautiful valley and it turned into a lake. Now it is known as Lake of Toba. That's the end of the story, and for the moral of the story is we should always keep our promises and keep our words. And we should also respect our parents. That's all for today. That's all for my story. Thank you for listening.
Uh, Hello everyone, my name is Kamal, I'm from school. Today I'm gonna tell the legend story of Lake Toba. Once upon a time, lived a young man named Toba. He's very good at two skills, which is farming and fishing. One day, he went fishing to a river. In that river, he didn't get any fish for his dinner, so he went to another river to catch a fish. When he threw his bait, the fish immediately grabbed his bait and he finally catch a fish for his dinner. He's very because of that, so he immediately go back home and put the big fish into the tub. When he put the fish into the tub, he prepared everything what he needs to cook the fish. But he forget one thing, which is the wood to cook the fish. So he go to the forest to get some wood to cook the fish. When he go back home, he's very shocked because the fish is gone from the tub. He's very upset and sad. So he go to the living room to sit and sit. But when he arrived to the living room, he's very shocked because he saw a beautiful woman and peaceful around her. And then he immediately asked her, "What's her name?" The girl answered, "My name is Queen. I'm the fish that you catch earlier." Toba is very shocked when he heard that. So he asked Queen to marry her. Queen accepted his proposal, but in one condition. She said, "I will marry you if you will not break your promise." And Toba accepts his offer and asks, "What is the promise?" Queen and then tell her promise to her, that is, don't tell anyone that I'm the fish that you catch. Toba accepts the promise and will not break it. But 5 years later, Toba and Queen have a child named Samosir. He is very unhealthy kid. He always makes trouble with his parents. One day, Queen asked Samosir to bring the food to Toba. Samosir accepts his mother's offer and go to the Toba's farm. In the middle of the journey to Toba's farm, Samosir went hungry, so he ate almost all of Toba's food. When Toba noticed that Samosir eats almost all of his food, he is very upset and angry to Samosir. And then he said something that makes Samosir's heart broken. He said, "You son of a fish." Samosir is very upset and sad when he heard that from his own father. And then he go back to his home and complain to her mother and tell the full story to his mother. Queen is very angry to Toba. He asks Samosir to go with her to the mountain. And he tells Samosir, don't look back when they arrive in the mountain. After that, when they arrived in the mountain, a big rain came in and flushed the whole village. And then Queen and Samosir became a fish again. Thank you for listening to my story. The moral of the story of Lake Toba is don't break your promise to anybody. Thank you for listening.
Good morning, Mr. Insurin, everyone. My name is Rizal. I'm from Junior High SMP Gunung High School for 90. Today, I want storytelling about the Naga. Once upon a time, there's a man named Toba. Toba lived in North Sumatra. Toba's job is as a farmer. One day, Toba didn't get any harvest from the farm, so he go to the river and fishing on the river. After 2 to 3 hours fishing, Toba didn't get any fish. But in the last road, Toba get a big golden fish. Toba bring the fish and back to home. At the home, Toba put the fish in a bucket of water and go to the forest for search a wood. After back to the home, after Toba go home, Toba very because Toba see a beautiful woman. The woman said to Toba, "Hello Toba, my name is Queen. I is the fish that you catch." So Toba falling in love with the Queen. And Toba say, "Queen, won't you marry me?" The Queen says yes, but Queen says there's a promise that Toba the promise is don't say to anyone that I'm a fish. So Toba and the Queen get married. Toba and the Queen have a children named Samosir. Samosir is a naughty son. He likes to play, and he never helped Toba in the farm. One day, his mom, Queen, said to Samosir to bring the food for Toba in the farm. But Samosir didn't hear the mom. Samosir go play with his friend and bring the food. When Samosir play, Samosir feels hungry. So Samosir eat half of the food that Queen make for Toba. And after that, Toba bring the food, and Samosir bring the food to Toba. But Toba feel very angry because because the food is empty, eaten by Samosir. Toba say, Toba punch Samosir, and Toba say, "You fish of sun." Samosir go to his mom and say, "Mom, father told me I is the fish of the sun. I'm a son of the fish." And his mom said to Samosir, go to the mountain, to the top of the mountain, and after that, all the farm and all the land become a river. The queen become a fish again, and Toba drowned in the river. And Samosir become a land. The moral value of this story is don't break anyone's promise. Thank you, Mr. Enamil.
Hello everyone, my name is Monique from grade 9B of Kumnamu Junior High School, and I want to tell you a story of the legend of Lake Toba. Here is the story. Once upon a time, there was a man called Toba. He lived in North Sumatra. And he works in the field, and he lived in the hut. The field is not far from his hut. And he looks for a fish too for a daily life. One day, he caught a big golden fish, and he is so amazed because the big golden fish turned into a beautiful woman. The beautiful woman is named Putri. Putri introduced herself to Toba, and Toba introduced himself to Putri. And Putri fell in love with Toba. Toba wants to marry her, but Putri have a request for not telling me everything about her curse. Toba accepted, and they finally get married, and they blessed by a son named Samosir. Samosir was a lazy man, and Samosir got a task for bringing his father food to a field. But in the middle of the journey, he got hungry, and he ate his father's food, and his father is very angry and said, "You damn son of a fish!" His son was very sad, and his son told to his mom. And his mom was very upset and sad too because her husband broke his promise. And Samosir ran up into the hills because the disaster will come, and Samosir turned into the island, and his mom turned into the big golden fish, and his father turned back into the Lake Toba. The moral value of the story is don't break everyone promise, and don't be lazy and be obedient. Thank you for listening my story. Thank you. Bye bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Nahul from 9B, Unama Junior High School. Right now I will tell you a story about Legend of Lake Toba. Once upon a time, once upon a time, there was a young farmer named Toba. He lived in a valley which the land was fertile. Therefore, he was able to support his life by the crops he grew, although he not a rich man. One day, he felt like wanted to eat fish, so he went fishing at a river not far from his house. The river usually rich with fish, but on that Wednesday, he didn't catch any fish for a long time. So, so he just went to Google. When he was preparing to leave, the rod and line, which still in the water, caught a big fish. Uh, the when he lifted the fish, it suddenly tongue. The fish cried and begged him to release it. Surprised to see a talking fish, he released it to the river. After that, suddenly the fish transformed into to be a beautiful young man. The young man said that she actually was a princess cursed to be a fish. The young woman thanked to the young man and to show her gratitude, she was willing to be his wife under the condition that the farmer should not tell anybody about her being a fish once or terrible sister will fall into him. The young farmer and the young woman got married, and after a while, the young man to the baby boy, to the baby boy. The boy grew up to be a child of great ability. He always hungry and would eat all food on the table and would not even leave any food for his parents to eat. One day, the boy asked to bring food to his father, who is working on the field. But on the way, the boy ate up the food he carried. On the field, his father was very hungry and tired. And when he found out that there is no food left for him, he got angry and hit the boy and say to the boy, told the boy that he was a son of a fish. The boy, the boy ran, the boy ran home and cried and asked to his mother if he really a son of his. The mother shocked and sad to hear that. She told the boy to climb to the hill near their house and climb to the top of Talas tree. She herself hurried up to the river that she met the young farmer for the first time and disappeared. The sky turned black. Thunder and lightning roared and rain fell down. The rain was so hard and so long. So the water got higher and higher until the valley no more. The valley turned into a lake. People called the lake with the farmer named Toba. The hill turned into an island. Moral. So the moral of the story is we have to be able to control our emotion and keep our promise. Thank you.